I've had to deal with the mental health system. A fuckhead said to me that he murdered Darylyn Ugal, that she was collateral damage, he had to do it to get the leverage he needed to get what he wanted. That redhead freak was brought to my house by Richard Quinn. It was in 1999, probably the middle of the year sometime. Richard Quinn had told me that he had come across an advert on the internet where this particular individual wanted personal details of someone that was an easy target that he could profit from and could attack relentlessly and no one would ever believe him. Richard Quinn said he got paid a finder's fee for doing so, and he brought this redhead freak around, and in the process of us smoking weed, they supplied the weed this time. The first time Richard Quinn supplied it, and which was those two. That's the first time he supplied it when he came to my house. Smoked my weed all the time, every day, and then brought this redhead fuckhead around. The weed was tainted, something like Rehypnol. They told me it was Rehypnol, GBH, or Fantasy. Now, if you check with Steve Hatton, who's from the Cichlid Society, he said to me that he's not coming to my house to smoke weed because there's something wrong with it. He fell asleep on the way home. That's the kind of damage these fuckheads have done. I've spent, since 1999, that freak's been in my face, fucking my life up as much as he possibly can. He said he's going to make me commit suicide. He said he had a secret treaty with another person, and that person had told me that I've fucked them over because I didn't sign a bit of paper, and therefore they're going to pin a triple murder on me. The mental health system, every time I've spoken to them about this, they tell me I'm delusional, they tell me it's all in my head, that I just imagined it, and that's their opinion. They weren't there at the time, they don't know what happened, they don't know these people, they don't know anything about it, other than the fact that they form an opinion that it never happened. I know it happened, I know what that person said, I know what he's done to me, I know what he's done to other people. I know what he's told me he's done to other people. I've explained this to the mental health system for the best part of 10 years. They keep incarcerating me, threatening that if they'll never let me out unless I take medication. And the medication is just as bad as the Rehypnol, Fantasy and GBH. Risperidone, I was on that for 3 years. I ended up with dyskinesia, which is where your arms and limbs flail about, constant twitching. They took me off that and put me on olanzapine, which made me sleep 18 hours a day. I'd done a diploma in aquaculture. The people I went there with on a daily basis, Monday to Friday, most of the day long, they told me, you're not mentally ill. They're fucking with you. You're not mentally ill. We know mentally ill people, and you're not mentally ill. I keep arguing my case. The mental health system does everything they can to keep fucking me over. I beat them in 2012 on a tribunal appeal hearing. They couldn't provide evidence for their diagnosis, neither could they have a second opinion in a timely manner. The appeal found in my favour. Recently, because of these opinions of psychiatrists who know fuck all, they've spent a total of probably 20 hours with me, not even that, 10 hours with me personally, over 20 years. How the fuck can they think that their opinion has any value to my life? I tried to tell my brother that the woman he married, a Thai girl, he was married to her for like 3 years. I told him, you know, you can't trust her, we don't even know who she is. Yet she's pushing him and using sex as a weapon to convince him to put her name on his house. He eventually does so. Then that week, he's got a bad case of food poisoning. He ends up in hospital. She didn't tell us he was in hospital. About a week after that, he took his own life. I tried to tell him not to trust her, but because of the mental health system insisting on discrediting anything I say, making me out to be a dumbass, and my brother wouldn't listen to me. Over the last 3 years, I've had to argue with the dickhead down the road. He's using a repeater device to get the mobile signal. because he bought a shit block of land in a shit area, which is a naturally occurring black spot. 3 years I'm fighting ACMA, Telstra, telecommunication, federal communication ministers. They all tell me lies. They tell me shit like, oh, it's congested, it's bouncing between two towers. So I checked the congestion with an Optus SIM card that has the same tower, so it's the same distance, sending a similar signal, same problem. So is Optus and Telstra both fucking congested at the same time? Then they want to tell me I'm switching towers between this tower and another tower. I'm right in the middle apparently. Fucking bullshit. Then some other idiot, who I asked for an independent assessment of the area, tells me to call him back in 2 days. I call him back. Says, oh, geez, I was speaking to about 20 different people. I spoke to my mate from ACMA, and he told me to tell you that the signal's bouncing off limestone, and that's why you can't get your signal. Yeah, bouncing off limestone, the west coast. Fucking whole thing's limestone. I get an email 4 days ago from Telstra in the Philippines, where when you make a complaint, a phone call, that's where your phone call goes. They finally got sick of it. So they sent me an email saying, yep, there's a repeater in your area and that's what's fucking up your signal. I send that to ACMA, they want to crap on about it, they want to send me a nasty email, I fired one off straight away. They're corrupt. They need to stand down. They need to be imprisoned. We can't have our nation fucked over by these people that are in positions of power. The mental health system, I've written to the Chief of Psychiatry for the last 8 months. I explained to him the first time I was locked in Greylands and how within 3 days I took up smoking and haven't stopped since because of the stress of it. The anxiety of being told I'm a liar, of being told I'm wrong, being told I'm delusional and I'm schizophrenic, and I'm not any of that shit. How can they do this to someone? How can Australians do this to someone? Whatever your fucking TV, your internet, your Facebook, whatever that bullshit says, recognise it for what it is. It's a fantasy. It's made up bullshit on TV. Designed to make you believe something and lead you to only one conclusion. Words and pictures to make a lie become the truth. Yeah. You just want to be very fucking careful as to who disseminates information to you and what you believe. Because this country's fucked now because of these people. You think I'm overreacting to this? The rest of the world understands this. They know that Australians are dumb. They know yous have been sucked in, yous have been conned. When you go to make a contract, a deal, a business deal, you have no hand. They know you're a fuckhead. And they'll rip you off every single day. And that's what's going to happen with those TPPs and the fucking international trade agreements we got going. Because we got a fuckhead in control. When it comes to the world stage, forget it. You got no face. You're a meaningless dumbass. You mean nothing to the rest of the world. If you're that sucked in by this bullshit, you're going to be sucked in by whatever they want to put over you. It's about fucking time you actually woke up and heard what was being said, rather than just watching your stupid fucking TVs or your internet, because that will fill your head full of shit and lead you to the wrong conclusion, which is always going to benefit someone. Yeah, those in control will maintain control, because you're not smart enough to realise what they're doing to you. I live in fucking bizarro world. I'm telling people the truth, and I'm getting called a liar. Getting called a liar because they fucking think they know everything from their Facebook and TV. Bizarro world. Never thought I'd see this country, the people of this country that were supposed to be good people. Yet they choose to be stupid, they choose to be ignorant, and even when they know the truth, they choose to be corrupt, because the last thing they want to do is admit that they've been conned by this person. You want to check your senior politicians, the higher profile ones. What religion do they belong to? What comes first, Australia or their religion? It's obvious to me. Indiscretions covered up, deals done between parties so that one assures the other will agree with them, otherwise they'll drag up old history. Yeah, and they agree for the church, for the sake of the church. If there is a hell, that's where you're going.